Explain suing your own words. See, I'm making my own words. Use your own words. Suing is one of them. My bad, using. The difference between probability and odds. You may give examples as part of your answer. I would say probability compares favorable outcomes, to the total possible. That's what probability seeks to do, to answer, right? So, and odds compares favorable to unfavorable outcomes. That is my way of saying it, but you can say it compares the number of events where something happens to when something doesn't happen, right? Kind of emphasis on no total, right? The odds do not include total. So that's what I would do. Okay, 1 mark for each if you got something there that's reasonable. Herman made a spinner. Say the probability of it landing on a square. There's only one square, so that'd be 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, right? 10 total. So it's 1 out of 10. It doesn't say what to state it as, so I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay. The odds of the spinner landing on a star. So because it's odds of, you want the number of stars on the side. So we've got 1, 2, 3 stars, and therefore 7 sections that are non-stars. So I would say all or nothing, right? So 1 for each. Odds against a spinner landing on circle. So if it says against, then the 2 circles will go on this side, and therefore the other 8 go on the first spot there. And remember, 3 and 7 add up to 10. 8 and 2 adds up to 10, right? So that's something you're looking for. If the spinner were to be spun, what happened there? 4,500 times. How many times would it land on a triangle? This is a prediction that you're making. So there are 2 triangles. So if you have this on your study sheet, I'm going to do probability of triangle times 4,500. So probability of a triangle would be 2 out of 10. And you multiply that answer by 4,500. That actually gives you exactly 900 instances. So I will give you 1 mark for 2 out of 10, like the probability of a triangle being, it landing on a triangle, I should say, and then 1 mark for you multiplying. So if you got your probability wrong, but I see you multiplying it by something, you get that mark. Okay, so this question is worth 2 marks. The probability of James being late for class is 70%. Determine the probability of him being on time. That's it. Right? If the probability of being late, then on time would be not, right? Not being late, which is 30%. The odds in favor of it raining on a particular day is 7 to 11. So this means the first is rain and the second number represent it not raining. State the odds against. So all you have to do is flip, okay? Just flip the odds in favor. Odds against, you just reverse the order of the numbers. That's it, okay? Okay, 1 mark there. Consider a deck of cards. What's the probability of drawing a red card? That'd be 26 out of 52, or 1/2, or 50%, or 0.5. It's up to you, whichever one you picked. Determine the odds of drawing a club card. So you have to be careful. There are 13 clubs, and therefore 39 that are non-clubs. How would you do that? You go 52 minus 13. to figure out how many are non-clubs, okay? So again, they add up to your total of 52. That's something that is on page 3 or 4, one of those pages. I have a deck of cards there. State the probability of drawing a face card that is also a diamond. And so you got to know that Jack, Queen, King, Jack, Queen, King, right? Every suit has 3 faces. So a diamond, there's like diamond, hearts, clubs, spades, right? So if you want diamond, you're restricted to just these 3. These 3 are face and diamond. Okay, they're both. So this would be 3 out of 52. It was a little bit of a trickier one. And it said probability, so I'm going to stick to fractions. So what are we out of? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. So again, I should make sure you understand this. These are your diamonds. These are your hearts, spades, and clubs. Okay. And so that's why I came up with that answer. So out of 12 there, if you don't have your deck of cards on your study sheet, maybe today is a good day to make it appear. The odds of Sisler winning a tournament would be 19 to 21. The odds of Tech Vok winning is 7 to 13. State the probability of Sisler winning. So Sisler would be, I'm just going to say this way. If you go from odds to probability, you should add up those 2 numbers and put it in the denominator. And then 19 goes at the top. So this would be 19 over 40. And it says decimal as well, right? So this is my fraction. Decimal, it turns out to be that. So you get half a mark for turning it into a decimal. 1 mark for actually coming up with a fraction. The probability of Tech Vok, same thing. 7 plus 13, and 7 is at the top. You have to read carefully if it says odds in favor or odds against, though. Both of them are saying in favor of winning, so the first number is our winning. So 7 over 20, that'd be 0.35. So you get 1 mark for the 7 over 20, you get half a mark for the decimal. If you have a decimal, regardless of your fraction, you get that half mark, okay? But if you did not add, in my books, that's a -1, okay? You gotta add the 2 numbers to get your denominator. Which team is more likely? Here I would want you to be consistent. For me, it's Sisler, right? Obviously. Sisler, since the probability is greater, and I'll just say that 0.475 is greater than 0.35. You get 1 mark for that if it's consistent. Next, the tolerance of a speed limit is this. So we understand that this is the max and this is the min if it's stated like that. The nominal speed, if it's halfway, in this case you want to add, and just make sure you add first and then you divide by 2. This would be 210. 210 divided by 2 is 105. So you get a mark for that. Next, state the tolerance in this form. So I'm going to go 105 kilometers per hour plus or minus 1/2 of the tolerance. So you got to watch out. Tolerance is 120 minus 90. There's a 30 kilometer an hour tolerance. So this should be 30 kilometers an hour. So I'm expecting you to use your answer here, right? That's obviously like I'm expecting you to use this. So if you got it wrong, don't mark it wrong again. This is what's going to give you the mark here. That is what I'm looking for there, the 30, okay? So 1, 2, 3, and another 3, that's 6 for this backside.